breaking the fourth wall.
Yo, what up, everybody? It's John Escudero here with my friends Caesar and CJ Carter, as always. But we're missing our friend Tyler, who is not here because of work. We miss you, though. Fellas, I'll let you introduce yourselves to our viewers.
Go ahead, CJ. I'll let you go first.
Well, CJ Carter, first official show as the newest member of the Raw team. Definitely over the next couple months, I'll be here more regularly, but looking forward to talking Raw tonight for sure.
And as always, guys, it's me, your boy Caesar here, going by at NoobTube on the socials, hanging out with these two gentlemen. And yes, of course, Tyler has that thing called work. He's ignoring me. That's what it is. But anyways,
he doesn't want to answer our calls.
Yeah. Four.
No, it's all good. We're here to talk about WWE Raw from Toledo, Ohio. Not the best crowd tonight, but I mean, what can you expect? It wasn't like it was a horrible crowd. You know, it's Toledo, Ohio. They react to the theme music, they react to the finishers, and nothing else. So if you're into that, then that's what you're into. I won't judge you. But we can start off with our main. We can start off with the main event of the show, and then we'll get into the rest of the stuff as we usually do. We had an interesting ring announcer.
I love this
McAfee, who was actually great. This was like the most I've enjoyed Pat McAfee.
That actually made me sit up and start laughing my ass off hard.
What do you call Drew McIntyre? A big bastard. He called Finn Balor. He said Finn Balor was
0% body fat.
Yeah, 0% body fat on a 225-pound frame. they're trying their hardest not to laugh because they're on TV and Balor's doing like the mouth twitch, like I'm angry.
He's like, I would have slept after the show. But that was so good, though. We needed that after that last segment.
Which we'll talk about that later. I wondered if we should talk about it off top because it's probably one of the things people want to talk about the most, but we fell into a format that we have already.
We have strict rules to follow, guys.
Dirt Sheet Radio, what up? Thank you, Hunter. What up, man? What you doing? Thank you for joining us.
Woo! We need a siren.
Godmanic does it again. Godmanic. Yes, I can get used to that.
Like that guy needs another nickname. Like,
I'll call him
especially
Godmanic.
Now coming out.
I'll call him Drawmanic, but I won't call him Daddy Dom. That's wild.
Not call another man Daddy.
WWE is wild. I'm not calling him that, but Godmanic is great because, man, my boy, he's got the greatest job on earth right now. And I mean, like, it's an act, you know, but he's got the greatest job on earth right now. As you can see, as you saw earlier on Raw, some things were hard for him to keep in check, even though it's a job. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But we'll talk about that main event. It was actually one of the only two like real wrestling matches on the show tonight. I'm sorry, but that's just the way they do things. Yeah, Drew McIntyre takes on Finn Balor, and they go back and forth. Pretty great action. Judgment Day does come out towards the end. They distract Drew, even though Priest was talking all that shit about how they don't do that. Like, we don't need none of this. This is my title, not Judgment Day's title. And then they all came out at the end like, Finn Balor can't get the job done. Fuck it. Let's go. and so that actually doesn't work. It doesn't work. Like, it's a completely fucking waste of time. And Finn actually, he tries to roll up Drew, doesn't work. He gives him the shot. The whole finishing stretch, shotgun drop kick and all that good stuff into the coup de grace, which he can't close the job. McIntyre hits the finish, the Claymore kick, and 1, 2, 3. You know how that goes. So that means Judgment Day is barred from the from ringside, even though I feel like that should be a normal rule. Like, that should just be the way things are. Hunter Icky says, should Penta Zito come to WWE if AEW? Absolutely. I'd love to see Penta in WWE. I love him in AEW, but it would be fucking blind to say that he hasn't fallen down the ladder since he first started. Like, when AEW first started, Lucha Bros The Young Bucks were on
They were
equal footing.
fire.
They were two of the biggest things on earth. And today, Lucha Bros are an afterthought. And of course, some of that has to do with injury and stuff like that. But it's not like they ever booked them at the top of the card. I mean, fuck me, I'm wrong. They were tag champions, weren't they?
Yeah.
That happened. Maybe I'm just sad.
They
Maybe I'm
had
such a fan.
trios titles with Pac too.
Yeah, Death Triangle, and they're fucking great. I'm just such a fan. I want to see him win all the time, and when he's not, it's like 2 minutes of losing. I'm like, fuck it, move on. Go to the other territory then.
Like, same with basically anybody that comes into the company now. I want to see them used to the best possible version of themselves. So if Penta is going to be able to do that in AEW, stay in AEW. If he's going to be able to do that in WWE, come to WWE. If he's not going to be used properly in either company, go somewhere else.
I got to go in for you guys, actually.
What's
If Penta signed tomorrow and debuted on Monday, who should be his first opponent?
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't even think that far because they'd put him in like a nothing match, but I'd love to. I would hate to see him get stuck right into the like lucha matches. Like, we're gonna put him right with Dragon Lee, even though that's like the best possible match you could probably have right off the bat. But it's such a bad impression already because they're like right with the other Latinos. Go right into the whole ego.
Good
That's all they do.
That's all they do, and it's like the excuse is, well, they're luchadors, so they work well together. But it's like then why did you sign them? Like, create a lucha division or something. At least give it an excuse, Stop making it
Because
look so damn.
205 Live didn't work.
Yeah, it's true, actually.
That being said, I think Penta has a good gimmick for WWE. He's got a chant, Cero Miedo. That's a fucking million t-shirts waiting to happen. That's a million camera shots and Pat McAfee standing up on the announce table going, Cero Miedo!
It's
like,
wrong, but actually like Cheromedo or something.
first time watching Billy Molina. What's up, my brother? Thank you for joining us. I hope we entertain you. Christopher says John and I are sexy red lovers.
Oh, John leads the whole fan club. Get it right.
I do sit in front. Chris sits right next to me though.
He's
equal.
He's the top chair.
It's like a chair and co-chair kind of thing.
Exactly.
So John is the chair.
President of President Sexy Red's fan club. That's
John, every episode, John's just like.
Basically. So, I know, Caesar, what did you think of this main event match, the segment, and the
whole
the
thing.
prospect for the future, the trajectory headed into the pay-per-view?
I'll
talk to you about that in a second, Christopher.
I don't understand why they didn't do it the other way around. Because if Drew's going to win at the pay-per-view and he defeats, the Judgment Day, wouldn't that be a bigger pop? Like, I thought they would have done that way, personally.
Yeah, I actually also thought
he's gonna win on Sunday,
Saturday.
Well,
But no,
Saturday. Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna win or not, but I definitely thought that they would have Judgment Day there because they're in Scotland and it makes it easy to boo Damian Priest. Even though they're both heels, like that's a rare heel main event on WWE television. They never do heel. I don't know why it's taking me so long to actually. It's because Drew's so over it. I didn't even consider that. Wait a minute, that guy's an asshole. He's a heel.
And I think the way they've been booking Judgment Day, Damian Priest in particular, is he's kind of filling that sort of half tweener, half face role, toning back some of the heel characteristics rather. But I think it's more likely that now that the Judgment Day is banned from ringside, I think they're gonna have CM Punk cause some interference.
Also, how likely is it that they just come out anyway? just banned from ringside, but like, so what? So what? Solo Sikoa famously got kicked out of ringside and just walked back in with a hood on. In the main event of WrestleMania 39, there's precedent. Okay, it happens.
They would do it. There's no second thought to that one. You could see it happening.
People do fume over Sexy Red, Christopher. They just get mad. They hate to see a young girl winning. But there's really nothing else to say about that. I mean, do you guys? I guess we can ask the question. I'll ask CJ first, since we just spoke to Caesar. Who do you think is walking out of the pay-per-view champion?
I'm still giving it to Priest. I think because he's coming so close to Seth Rollins in terms of his reign, that's still fresh in a lot of people's minds. So if they really want to build this title up to make it worth something, Priest has to go on some kind of decent run, whether it's like long term or just short, but every defense up until he loses it is dominant. I don't think we've seen that yet. He's kind of had a pretty subpar championship reign as far as from WrestleMania till now goes. So I think he is gonna need to do a bit more, but we'll see. Maybe they just want to go in the McIntyre route. But again, I think it depends on CM Punk too. Like if McIntyre wins, Punk is going to be coming back soon. If Priest wins, then they're either going to do his Punk feud without the title in the background, or Drew's going to move on to something else. We're sticking with that bald-headed Dustin Diamond thing, are we?
Leave Screech alone,
Tony.
No, I agree with you in that if McIntyre wins, then we're doing the Punk thing immediately. I actually am glad that they pulled back on CM Punk in being involved here, because I felt like it was overtaking what Damian Priest is doing. That's kind of why his reign has felt so secondary. The CM Punk Drew feud was like, or it felt like, the most important thing on the show. And of course you have no, go ahead.
Like, but even as far as booking within the Judgment Day goes, Damian always felt second to Rhea Ripley. And even if because even now, like, the thumbnail for this video is Dom and Rhea.
Yeah.
So, or Dom and Liv. So he's not even getting the top billing story in his own stable, and he's the one champion in their group. So if they really want to make Priest a credible champion, I think he actually has to completely split away from the Judgment Day.
I agree with
don't
you.
think Drew losing could hurt his run. I don't see Priest momentum getting hurt that much compared to McIntyre. I see what you're saying. But I think, like I've been saying, he just doesn't have the momentum that you'd expect the world heavyweight champion to have right now. So he's got to build some more momentum first.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think it would really help to have a story within Judgment Day rather than outside of it. You know, like the way the Liv Dom thing is working. You know, it's within Judgment Day. They're all trying to figure out where's the card, and she's helping them, but she's not. And it's within. It has emotional attachment. It gives the audience emotional attachment to what the fuck is going on within this group. Damian Priest, clashing with what Drew McIntyre has going on. He feels like an outsider trying to get in. Like, hey, let me in this main event space, please.
There's not even a door to the clubhouse. Just walk in.
You're taking it all up. Yeah, I agree that I don't know. I don't know how much it would hurt Drew, but I actually think it would hurt Priest a lot more to just lose it. I feel like the optimal championship reign after WrestleMania is like WrestleMania to SummerSlam. That's like the good length, you know. What's that, like 6 good months? Nice long run in there. Enough time to
4 months.
4 months? Fuck
Probably.
It's enough. It's a season. It's a season. I don't know. I guess that's because Chris Benoit was like my first real champion. He went from like WrestleMania to SummerSlam, and that was like, okay, that was like the right. It always felt like the right amount of time. I don't know, but yeah, it's too soon. Damn it. He kind of already has a stuck stink on him. You know, if he loses, it's like, oh god, he really does suck.
And it would almost come across like he failed as a champion if he loses it this early. I don't compare it to Edge's first title reign because I think they had more designs in place for Edge at that time. So, but I don't get that same feeling like they have plans for Priest if he does lose the world title. I think it's just going to lead to more Judgment Day turmoil that's not really going to service him as well as it'll service everybody else in the group.
There's not many reigns that are as bad as, or as not, that don't work for the wrestler as much as the Edge one did in 2006. That one and the Rey Mysterio one that lasted like 3 hours. Those are like rough.
Well, and to Edge's defense, because he and I share the same birthday, we're Canadian, so there's like a
You're
dual
literally
layer
twins.
kinship there.
Actually,
I don't see a difference to them now.
He's also bald.
yes.
But
Wait, so
No,
you're right now. You were him.
he just wrestles with a wig on.
You didn't have to blow
guest
him
star
up,
Adam
though.
Copeland on
I don't
the Raw
say.
Rewind.
Just blow him up like that.
So, but yeah, like he had a little bit of momentum just based on him being the first ever Money in the Bank cash in. Like that had a lot of forward momentum for him. And then what his second one was after One Night Stand, and Rob Van Dam had to vacate the title, right?
Yeah,
If I
because of the
remember that correctly.
marijuana.
And that's
Recreational.
yeah,
activities.
that
He had
lasted.
a lot of it though. yeah,
Oh,
he had a lot of it. But yeah, this
But yeah,
Damian
like
Priest thing.
Edge had enough to kind of carry himself, and I don't see that same for Priest. So I think it will hurt Priest more to lose than it would hurt Drew to lose.
Agreed. And I think did you have anything you wanted to say about this final segment, Caesar?
Actually, I was about the whole Drew Damian thing going into this paper PLE. No one shoot me. But this is how I look at the PLE situation. You guys read about the whole Damian thing. The one thing I will say on the Drew side of the spectrum, if he wins, give him an actual lengthy reign. Like Rumble, maybe, for example, kind of thing. But don't give him some like 2 months BS.
Nah.
No?
Actually,
Right.
if he wins, cash in on him again in the same year. I mean,
Sure.
it's like it's this character right now. Like he probably deserves that. You know, like he deserves to get cashed in on again.
But what I-
In the same-
in like a layman's terms, if you're gonna do it properly and stick to it. If they're gonna do Damian winning, stick to him and push him like with some big thing you're gonna do. If you're gonna go with Drew, do it properly and maybe do your idea with the cash in like what, a month or 2
Oh,
months,
yeah.
something like that, whenever the pay-per-view
No,
is.
dude, do it
PLE.
immediately. Same night. It's horrible.
Low, as the match ends, rolls out of the ring, go and find him in his locker room. He's in the go position.
But
Count this
I agree.
shit.
All right. So I guess if that's everything, well, let's see what the chat has to say. What if
Are they there?
Punk screws up and mistakenly helps Drew? Then that manipulating liar is just making it so that he can get a world championship match out of his grudge. And I would not put it past that snake oil salesman. But that means we can whip it back up to the top of the show. Drew, well, I guess the show opened up with, you know, those shots of people walking into the building they've gotten accustomed to. They're really nice. I thought Lyra looked really pretty here.
I agree.
The show opens up properly with Drew McIntyre out to cut a promo. He doesn't get to say much before Judgment Day walks up on his ass. I think he mentioned Damian Priest's name and the music hit immediately, like, don't you dare. Very cool. Comes out there and he's like, you can't win the title without, you know, Judgment Day's help. And he's like, this is not Judgment Day's title. This is mine. Basically implying that he doesn't need their help to retain, but like he's had their help in every fucking title match so far. So you know how that goes. Heel stuff. Drew McIntyre, the Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre set for later tonight. Of course, as we talked about earlier, Drew McIntyre wins. Judgment Day will be barred from ringside, so now Damian Priest gets to prove himself as world champion. Fellas, that wasn't the end of the opening segment.
Hey, question.
No. Oh shit! You're gonna cut him off, right? You're gonna give him all blue balls. Okay.
No, did the music get louder in the stream, or am I hallucinating?
I think it changed to different music, and
Okay.
it has
I was
louder.
You were talking, and all of a
tones.
sudden you got quieter. And I was
Wow.
Also, while
Anyways.
we're talking about the stream music, I gotta say, when we went live and we had that sort of pre-show music, very mellow, and then we went right into the regular intro music, that was a sharper change than I was really expecting.
Yeah, it's to wake up. That's that wake up. It's time to go live. So yeah, the opening Judgment Day stuff was not over in the ring. As we cut to the back,
25 more
Dominic
seconds later.
Dominic wasn't with the crew. He was in the back with Liv. Liv is in the fucking room waiting for him.
Stepmommy.
She walks up on him. She tells him literally, boom, I have the quote right here.
Does she have the key to the locker room too?
Yeah, I don't think they have keys for
They have
lockers.
a roof or a door.
But she does tell him, I don't think a gorgeous man like you should be with a woman who makes him call her mommy. A man like you should be with a girl who isn't afraid to call him daddy. And I was like, whoever wrote that, heat, girl, fire, on fire.
Good shit.
This is good shit, pal.
Live to it.
She slides the fucking hotel key down his chest and into his tights and tells him to meet her at her hotel room tonight.
The very now.
Dominic is a stronger man than most men.
Than any man.
I
What
left
are you
the arena
talking
right
about?
then and there.
He's like, she's doing this in front of the camera. This can't be. But
Speaking of like the most inappropriate shit to make him keep a straight face.
she does. Listen, this is very sexual. This is very overt sexual references. We haven't seen things like that on WWE television in a very long time. Some people don't like it. It's too big of a change. They say it's too Vince-like.
Such good shit though.
I mean, to be fair, though, we did have the live sex celebration during the Vince McMahon era, and I
That was
don't
like actual sex.
I remember seeing Lita nip slips on Google
Yeah.
because I was a fucking
Wanna send those
teen back
pictures over?
then.
No, Google them.
I mean, like, this wasn't even the most lewd part of the show. Like, I mean, we'll talk about it later, but
Yeah.
Imagine that,
I didn't think it'd get even more lewd, which is crazy. Because, like, I mean, like I said, I don't have an issue with it. I'm not also like, oh my god, I can't wait to, like, I don't have a boner for it. But also, it's fine. Like, it's storytelling. And if I was 13 years old, just like Chris said, I would have been. You know, it's that whiff of sexuality that does it for the teenagers. You know, for the teenagers, they're like,
Healer.
oh, she's the girl of my dreams. I'm in love. I'm gonna watch this every fucking day. Like,
Spot with a review about this. That'd be a good.
it's the way to draw in viewers, man. It's I have no real issue with it. That's basically what I can say about it.
Loaded, guys.
And it's really different from the Vince stuff in that, you know, the Vince stuff was him forcing these uncomfortable situations on people and almost getting some pleasure out of their reactions to it, because that's the stories that we know about Vince, is that he enjoys people being embarrassed or being fucking angry and shit. Like, he likes fucking with people. So putting these people in uncomfortable situations like that is like a fucking kink fetish for him. It was sick. This is nothing to do. This has nothing to do with that.
You know, he was backstage. He's like, guys, it's uncomfortable, but it's such good shit.
No, he you know, this is nothing like that. This is more of a
Yeah.
Why is he breathing so hard?
All she did was touch his chest once.
But this live
Hands
stuff
above the desk, please.
this live stuff is her more in charge of what she's got going on. I'm sure she's got input. I'm sure they're making sure that she's comfortable, you know. Yeah, there were some people saying that Mariah May and Mina were kissing and they were pandering to that kind of audience. But again, that's just the kind of thing. That's what we're talking about here. Like, they're just uncomfortable, and that is what it is. I see the conversation about that surrounding film. People think some sex scenes are unnecessary. I personally believe some of them can be, but other ones really help to create a vulnerability between the viewer and the characters in the show. So I don't know. It's a nuanced conversation.
Yeah. So, John, if you remember back to Liv's NXT run, if she would have carried that version of the character to the main roster, do you think she would have had the same level of success that she has now? Or do you think that by finding this connection, even going back as far as, say, early 2020, when she just got the music that she has now, and even then she was kind of very fluid with her body motions and they were very sexually charged, do you think that that connection with that character change is what kind of tipped her towards success? Or even a character like she had in NXT, would that have seen World Heavyweight Championship success?
I would be lying if I said that I even thought the character that brought her to the world title would have brought her to the world title. I was very surprised that she won the world championship. Not this time. The first time when she cashed in on Ronda Rousey.
The Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Not this time. This time she was very fully evolved and was like, it was time. But that's the thing about her character on NXT compared to her character now. It was like a slow evolution, you know, like there wasn't like any real shift except for like now when she came back from injury and now she's like out, you know, like she's like out there a little crazy because of the Rhea thing, but it feels like a very natural progression. I almost feel like we can't have this character unless she goes through what she goes through getting here. And I think it'll be appreciated more now that we got here this way. It's a little more fleshed out. It didn't come out of nowhere. There's a story reason for why she's acting this way, and it's not like it's not jarring. It fits into what's happening, and I dig that. Listen, wrestling and storytelling, as much as we look for it, historically, it's not always there. It's not always coherent. But this is good storytelling. I'm really digging this. It keeps Rhea Ripley as a looming specter, even though she's injured, even though she can't be on TV, and even she can't even speak. She's not even doing manager shit. But she's a ghost. She's like a ghost on the show, like Superman in the good Justice League movie, not the Joss Whedon one. But
yeah, no, that I agree with that for sure.
So we follow that up with the Io Sky versus Lyra Valkyria. This match was okay. It wasn't as good as their Queen of the Ring match. They had a lot of interference towards the end. Dakota Kai yanks on Lyra's hair. Lyra turns around, get a great visual there. What the hell? I don't know. Wasn't me. Of course, Io Sky does roll her up and get the victory. Afterwards, they jump her ass because they're tired of her pinning them. She's actually pinned every single person in Damage Control minus Asuka, who's out. Or unless she pinned Asuka too, and I fucking forgot. But she gets jumped, and then out comes Katana Chance and Kaden Carter to even the odds. Io doesn't fight them, though. She asks Damage Control to get out of the ring, which they were very confused about. Because they were like, these girls are jobbers, Io. What the fuck are you doing? I didn't even know who they were. Their music hit. And I was like, what? I was like, who is this? And it was them. But okay, fine. All right. Io does later on. Mag is bugging. He says Lyra's a beautiful flower. He's right though. She's very pretty. Mm-hmm. Christopher says, "What would y'all reaction be if we get a custody of Dirty Dawn match between Rhea and Liv?" Honestly,
if it's not a ladder match at SummerSlam, I don't want it.
Yeah,
there's almost no other way to blow this off. Like we've got all the pieces. We're here. Okay. You brought this horse to the water. It's time to drink.
All that's missing is a healthy Rhea. That's it.
But we'll get there.
Though, this puts the question in my head. If Rhea comes back, do you think that Dom would pick Liv over Rhea?
He'd be confused.
I think that depends on what they want to do, right? Because honestly, do you want to see Dom go back to Rhea? Isn't that not a step back? That's not character development, right? That's that's regression. We're just going back to what we were doing before she left.
I mean, if their relationship stays the same, sure, but if their relationship evolves into something that's different, then I guess that'd be okay. But I think
beautiful.
Yeah, I agree, though. I think that Dominic going back to Rhea once she comes back from injury, unless they change it up, would just be a bigger step back for him.
Yeah, honestly, the way they're building this Liv Dom thing, I'd almost want to see him choose her and then get dumped, like make the wrong choice, like fuck, you know, I really fucked up, you know, like damn it, because that's kind of what it is here. Like that's where we're headed towards. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been manipulated by a woman before, but
shout out to Mac. I just saw his comment pop up in the feed, where basically, that's essentially the best possible way to wrap up the Liv Morgan revenge tour is getting the ultimate sort of bookend on Rhea Ripley, fuck with her man, and then leave him in the dust after she already doesn't want him.
Set the clubhouse on fire. That's how you end it all. She sets the clubhouse on fire. It's perfect. Liv, look at, walk with me here. Liv Morgan sets the clubhouse on fire, turns around. The camera's got the shot of Liv with the running mascara on, smile on her face, but she's crying. The fucking thing's on fire. She's happy. Revenge gotten.
Why is she
It's
crying?
done.
Camera turns.
She's fucking excited, dude. She did it. She killed everything that Rhea Ripley built. She destroyed it all. Took her belt, took her man, destroyed her clubhouse, destroyed her crew, probably. You know.
Whoa.
That's really fucking cool. I dig it.
That's cool. Carlito says it's cool.
Carlito. We followed this up with a segment backstage, actually, where Dom brings the card to Judgment Day, and he's like, well, actually, great stuff they were doing there, but they pull back, and the rest of the crew is there, and he brings the card, and he's like, hey, Liv gave me this card. She wants me to go to her hotel. And all their reactions were like, oh. And Carlito's like, that's cool. But Finn and fucking JD are looking at him like, no, what the hell? That's a great little segment there. I enjoyed that a lot because that's how me and the boys would have been like, what the fuck? Is Carlito Judgment Day? Someone tell me. Listen.
Didn't they make it official tonight, though?
No,
they kind of did, bro. Carlito thought he wasn't in the gang, and Damian Priest was like, "Hey, put your hand in here."
Well, when they came out together for the match, it said Judgment Day with Carlito.
They didn't file the paperwork yet. It's like that's how he got to Raw. That delay in paperwork, legit. That delay in paperwork is how he got to Raw because he was still in the LWO, even though he just turned on them. But the draft was the very next show.
Fucking bureaucracy.
Right? Yeah, we follow that segment up with the backstage segment where Sami Zayn tells the Alpha Academy he's sorry about what happened, and he's sorry that they're stuck in the middle of what's going on with him and Chad Gable. Otis walks up on him, and Sammy's like, get out of my face, man. I'll see you in the ring. Otis is like, listen, I'm sorry. It happened again. And, Sammy's like, whatever. We'll fight out there. Fuck it. I'm dealing with you, big boy. Whip my ass again. We did get a QR code.
Yeah.
Wow. You refuse salvation. 6/23, 16/29
days.
Yeah, either 6 days, 23 hours, 16 minutes, and 29 seconds is what it looks like. That would put us right at Clash at the Castle. Yeah.
No, that's less than
that's Sunday.
6 days.
Sunday? That's
Saturday.
Weird. What the fuck are they doing on Sunday? Did Bo miss his flight or what's on Sunday? Do they have a show?
I think they're meaning to say that it's gonna be a Monday debut.
Maybe it's a date.
Yeah.
It's June 23rd.
4/29
or
no, but bullshit. You're right.
4:30 in the afternoon.
No, it's Raw because this is legit just 7 days minus a few hours.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's they're on Raw at 7/29.
It's on Raw.
Yeah.
That's fucking lame.
So 7/29.
Should have dated in Scotland, pussies.
That'd be
we had the 6-man tag match. Well, actually, we had another Judgment Day segment when Damian Priest comes into the clubhouse. And he's like, what's going on? Dom tells him about the card, but the card is now missing.
You know where it ends up. I remember I saw where it went. But anyways.
Actually, did you?
Yeah.
I didn't. I missed it.
Well, do you want me to tell you or should I wait?
I mean, might as well tell me. I don't fucking know.
Later on in the show, when they put their hands down and all that stuff, and they're like, at the thing at the end, Finn reaches for it and puts it in his jacket.
I missed that. I entirely missed that.
So
yeah, I mean, I would do the same
Finn's
thing.
going in for the kill.
Listen, Finn don't got no reason not to. How's Rhea gonna get mad at him? He's not in a relationship. Oh, but your Judgment Day. No. You don't get to patrol my pants. This is Judgment Day.
She would find a way to
Judgment Day branded chastity belts.
Mind your business, Rhea.
Rhea would show up at the hotel room.
Judgment Day getting a 99 DX treatment. Oh no, Liv is Tori. No, with the eye. But yeah, no. I mean, listen. This is probably my favorite story on Raw right now. It's just I enjoy it. We did have a 6-man tag, 2 segments. I mean, they were working hard. I wasn't all the way into it. I'd be lying if I said I was. But where I did get into it was at one point Liv Morgan comes out to distract the other team, the good guys, and she gets shoved right onto Dominic. Bro, the leg hook, diabolical. She's lifting this man's hip.
She knows what she's doing.
Dude, next level, bro. That's not unnecessary for She could have just landed on him. She set him up for the kill. He had no choice. Listen, I didn't take a screenshot. Look at this man. Bro,
jealous.
I mean, that goes without saying, but like, honestly, I did not take a screenshot because I will not have to explain that screenshot on my phone. But Dominic did get up after this with a full fucking boner.
He crawled away.
Brick the fuck up.
He still is.
Could you blame him?
No.
She probably smells like a flower field. And you're like sitting under there, and fucking pink stardust is flying by, and he's like, I am a married man. He's gonna go change his sticky fucking underwear after that.
No, he's not. He's in the back, excited right now, like jumping for joy or some shit.
He's gonna have to go home with some thoughts about this and just kind of remind himself that it's a television show. Zelina Vega
in the eye and be like, she means nothing to me.
Zelina Vega's like,
why are you telling me this? I need to say it out loud.
That's how he starts the conversation.
Perfect.
But Zelina Vega, she breaks it up. Chris is like, Liv is a menace. I would have folded like an accordion.
I would have just caved.
Dom is the strongest man on this roster. Stronger than Strowman. Stronger than Mark Henry.
Stronger.
We did, like I said, Zelina Vega breaks it up, and they start to fight. They're scrapping. JD gets he gets up under there, trying his best to avoid a trip to the HR office. It's always hard to break up a fight. Like, I can't really do this.
Yeah,
Braun Strowman
separated the whole thing on their
Finn
side.
did get in there, right? He got in there. He separated it. Yeah, he helped. He wanted to smell 2 flowers. But Braun Strowman does get the hot tag in. The good guys win as
Dom won.
Dom always wins, right? That seems to be the story of these episodes of Raw these days. Dom is a fucking winner. This guy. Yeah. Listen, that's my I'll go ahead and say it now. No, I'll hold it on. Chris says Zelina beat up Liv because she got jealous of Dom, of that mullet. I don't blame her.
She wants to be in
that rat stash.
He is a beautiful man, according to Liv. And if Liv thinks he's beautiful, then who am I to argue?
And
with
she
her?
needs glasses.
Who am I to argue?
She wears glasses, I heard.
She does.
Then she really has no excuse.
Look, blind bitch.
She's lying. Anyway, we had a backstage segment with Io, and she is no, actually we had a backstage segment with Ricochet, and he kind of they weird love angle between him and Ilya Dragunov that has no heterosexual explanation. But we're bros. I just really want to be here for you every single week, bro. I fucking love you, man. We just met. I love you, man. Okay. Anyway, we did follow that up with a backstage segment from Io Sky and a damage control, and Dakota's like, what was that about? And Io's freaking the fuck out. She screams, judgment, damage control needs to change, and she walks off. And I don't know what that could mean. I have no clue. She's gonna kick Dakota out. She's gonna change the theme song. What do you guys think this means?
I don't know, honestly. CJ,
mystery.
Yeah, like it's I don't even know what Natalya means when she says she needs a change. So this Judgment Day thing, like it feels off just by Asuka not being there, and maybe that's kind of playing into some current damage control plans, but I think they do need a change, but not for the reason that storyline Io thinks they need a change. So yeah, like I have no idea where this is going.
She's just tired of losing, CJ.
Which, yeah, I would be too.
She's sick of this shit. I understand.
Right up to this bullshit.
I was champion like 5 months ago. What the fuck?
I'm just
not even.
Oh, literally not even. It's like 2 months ago.
2 months ago. Yeah.
Damn, WrestleMania. It's the quality difference. Makes it feel like a year away.
Right.
Anyway, we follow that up with a segment, probably my segment of the night. I gotta go ahead and get that the old graphic. Boom. Segment of the night, powered by NordVPN.
What's the code for that, by the way?
I don't fucking know yet. Nick has said that up. We love you guys though at Nord. Thank y'all for even considering us.
Hell yeah.
Chad Gable, Sami Zayn comes out first, and he's kind of promo saying that Chad Gable is a manipulative abuser. He's going to defeat him at Clash at the Castle. In case he didn't have, in case the allegory wasn't clear enough, he's an abusive man, and they're all in an abusive relationship with him. He comes out immediately after. He says him and his family are happy. Sammy screams, are you fucking crazy? Are you happy, Otis? Are you happy? Look at Maxine. She's got a broken ankle. You did that to her. Like, you're an abuser, dude. Are they happy? And Chad Gable says, you know what? I'm going to unleash this new version of Otis on you right now.
That has zero tolerance or whatever he says.
Zero tolerance? He's like not into drugs or whatever? I don't know. The fuck is going? He goes in and the match starts, and Otis and Sammy don't really get a chance to have much of a match as Chad Gable keeps trying to call plays. And he keeps trying to call plays, and eventually Sammy hits him with a haluva kick and for the quick win.
That was such a quick match.
It really was. I don't know. I was like, fuck, okay. Well, I mean, like I said, there was only 2 real wrestling matches tonight. And for what it's worth, one of them was really, really good. So
CJ got called out, by the way.
Oh shit, did he? CJ. Are you jealous of
okay. No.
Be honest.
No, from the sense of that mullet and that mustache, there is zero reason for me to be jealous of his personal grooming habits.
What?
My goatee, I have a shitty camera, so I don't know how well you can see it, but I treat my facial hair.
It's
like
the camera, isn't it?
It is exactly. It's a 720p camera. I picked it up cheap. It's
I'm right there with you, man. As a bald man, got to treat that beard very well.
Yeah, I got
exactly
some hair, guys. So.
It's the only hair we have.
Yeah, like I don't want to go the wig route either. But even if I did, I wouldn't go a mullet.
The purple
That's so I don't want to shit on people who wear wigs, right? But I don't even know. Like, I would never. Like, it's never even crossed my mind. Like, I rarely even think about Rogaine. Like, I've never even considered that as an option, let alone wearing a fucking wig. But I guess I was lucky enough to have a round head.
Well, and that's it too. Like, I remember when I started shaving my head, my mom basically said, "Good thing you have like a nice shaped head without any freaking divots in it or anything."
You had a peanut. You would have had a peanut. That's worse. There's a lot of peanuts out there. You're just not. Caesar, I don't think you'd look good bald.
One way to find out.
At least he could grow it back though. You know, I can't grow it out. So you can.
Mine grows in like Kevin from The Office. It's like all back, only a little bit on top.
Oh my gosh, that's horrifying.
Jealous as far as being able to claim they have a key to Liv Morgan's hotel room. Yeah, I don't mind saying I'm jealous of that. Well, it doesn't help when you keep bringing up topics that catch me strays, Chris.
They're not strays when you're shooting at it.
AJ versus
No, those are direct fucking shots.
Honestly, I'm the only reason I would say that I'm not jealous of Dominic is because as also a person in a relationship, considering that I'm closest to like Dom's situation, I don't know if I want that kind of pressure. I'd like to think I'm a strong man. I don't know how strong I would be.
You don't want to test that.
Oh, don't test me, please. Don't put me in these shoes. Well, wait, the hotel room. Get that camera out of here. Now.
Camera.
As a matter of fact, bring it back here.
Maybe a POV angle.
Oh, God.
So anyway, Sami Zayn versus Otis. We had the after the match, again, we see Otis attack Sami Zayn, and I don't know how many times I can buy this Otis is apologetic to Sami Zayn gimmick until he turns on Chad Gable.
God, I was thinking to myself, like, why would we do this again? Like, we've gotten to such a great place with the story. Why are we spamming the same part of the angle? Like, why are we moving forward? If you would have skipped this whole fucking 3 minutes of him doing that and then selling the possibility of being angry, like, you're gonna go straight to him like flipping out at Chad Gable, like from losing the match, bro. You're gonna save this like 5 minutes. But he goes up at Chad and he does act like he's gonna kill him, and I guess he does consider it. He thinks about it, but he can't do it to his mentor. Chad played like a victim immediately, and I don't know if that was part of his manipulation or if he really was like, oh fuck, like this is scary.
There's a different site for that, Chris.
But I need a WWE.com exclusive footage of Liv's hotel tour right now. Yeah, 2008 WWE would have had that feed up. And
the inside or the outside?
The outside. You know they do from the outside, and then you get the shot of Dom looking left and right and walking in the room. And, oh no. That's how it be. GTV, folks. You know or you don't. But yes, the idea is that Chad Gable might have created a monster, and I like that.
Amen.
I wasn't really getting that vibe until Michael Cole said it, and I was like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing now. It wasn't selling that way to me. I just thought he was getting mad at Chad. Like, I didn't realize they were going for like, oh, he's gonna be a monster now.
Do we think Otis works as a monster? Because I remember when they tried it when he and Chad Gable were teaming up for the first time. And, you know, he was this no-nonsense heel that just went on tears. And I just wasn't as invested as I am in the version of Otis where he's clearly just goofing around and having fun.
Yeah, I think I agree with you that he's got too much charisma to just be like a fucking soulless, stoic. You know, stoic. Stoic is a better word. I was calling that soulless. Gentle Giant is cool because that's what they were going with. Like, he needs to keep Maxine. It's my thing.
Yeah, like
I feel like he's great as like a beast to somebody's beauty. Yeah, like that's great.
You know, someone bumps Maxine and he sees it and he goes and destroys them, like drop kicks him in the head or something. There you go.
Be careful with stuff like that too, because then you get too Vince-ish.
Not all the time, obviously.
Like, then that's the only, like Festus when the bell rings. Now he's angry.
I have a question since we're going everywhere. Was there a continuous camera angle tonight through the go position or no?
No, I don't think we got one tonight. Thankfully, we
Really?
skipped the week.
Well,
I
that's
didn't see
fine.
one.
It's good to space them out. I was just curious if you or not.
They were doing it every week. It was like someone is assigned the
Can we be that?
through cam. You know, it was weird. Why did you remember Big Joe kissing Vicky? Why did you bring that up for everybody? You could have kept that. You didn't. I didn't need to. I didn't need that back at the front of my brain.
You had to remember it.
I didn't fucking remember it until you said that. So thank you very much. I forgot that happened. And I probably forgot on purpose.
Something else I got to forget happened until this kind of thing just like inspires me to remember. Big Dick Johnson.
Big Dick Johnson, I could never forget because he burned into my freaking brain. How could you forget? He just showed up out of nowhere, giant fucking fat oily man, and he's just jiggling everything that he has.
I forget because I intentionally try to forget.
Some trauma, you know, you can't, some trauma you can't fucking get rid of.
It just lingers.
It really does. We got an announcement after that whoa, Cody showing up on NXT tomorrow
It
to
was the
see.
first time ever caption though. Usually they put like first time ever.
Is it his first time?
First time.
It's not.
No, he went down there. He was like acting GM for the night or something like that.
That's right.
Remember how they used to do that before? They'd be like first time ever.
They said he's gonna see a friend who I imagine it's Ethan Page.
Is it?
Yeah, he referenced it on Twitter last night. It was last night. After Battleground went off the air, he specifically mentioned Ethan Page and said he was gonna pay him a visit.
I thought that post was during the show. They mentioned it. I could have.
It might have been during or after, but he implied to be. I appreciate that they have a real life relationship. I do wonder what it is. What are we doing here? It's a good thing to get Cody involved with Ethan Page. I guess if they believe in him as like a prospect, and he isn't just this thing they brought in to make Trick look cool, like he beat somebody from another company or whatever, then having Ethan immediately involved with WWE Undisputed Champion is a great move for the guy. I mean, regardless of what they do, I imagine it'll be because Ethan is a heel, that they'll somehow end up fighting each other, which would be even bigger for Ethan Page to be
NXT
able to
programming too.
Yeah, I imagine it'd be on NXT, but it's still really cool. We follow that up with a nothing match, which is actually a fucking weird decision.
So brutal.
Like, why would we? No, I wanted to say it like that because this was stupid. Why did we do this?
I just love how you said it. That's all.
You could have. I would prefer that they had done nothing than to have Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks come out here and absolutely smoke Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. Like, just like nothing. Like they're nobodies heading into the title match.
Yeah, like they're all three. Both teams are challenging for the women's tag titles, and this is the team that has the Scotswoman on it. So why would you book them this way the week of a pay-per-view in her home country?
Bro, I try not to use this word a lot because it is used when it shouldn't be used so often. But I would go as far as calling this a burial. Like, she got choked out in minutes, and it wasn't and as if she was a character who wasn't involved in a story. Because, you know, if this has happened, if she was just enhancement talent tonight, you know, it'd be sad for Alba Fire, be sad for Alba Fire fans, and I wish they were doing something better with her. But, you know, it is what it is. You need a body to lose an enhancement talent match for whatever reason. But you're building to a fucking triple threat match in Scotland, and she choked out the Scot. Yo.
So, question for you guys about this match. So, she got choked out in the ring. Did you guys see where Isla Dawn was? Did you by chance?
No.
Where? No.
So they cut the camera to the side, and she's just chilling by the barrier, just sitting there, not even hurt.
You weren't supposed to see that. She's hurt, okay? She's hurt. Actually, she's incapacitated.
Yeah, somebody opened the cam far to the side. Someone's getting released next week.
I'll go ahead and call it now, man. I don't even know a reason to wait. Isla Dawn's my fucking jobber of the night. That was rough. That was very rough. I hated that. I think I deleted her jobber of the night thing by accident.
Ringside, just
anyway.
I mean, it makes sense that Shayna would be so furious after her loss at Battleground and wanting to take it out on somebody. But yeah, like that should have been an enhancement talent or someone that wasn't in line for a championship. Chris made a comment in the chat if they wanted to get heat on Shayna, that was a horrible way to do it. I don't know that was necessarily heat that they were going for so much as momentum. I think if they do look for someone to take the title off Jade and Bianca so that they can further the Bianca heel turn that they've been teasing, I'd say Shayna and Zoe have put in the work enough that they'd be solid women's tag champs, but not at the expense of the other challengers. It's like when I mentioned on NXT a few weeks ago, Josh Briggs getting pinned by both Wesley and Joe Coffey in their number one contenders match. It doesn't do them any good at all. So what do you have to get invested in Alba Fire and Isla Dawn when they're losing this soundly, this quickly? And, you know, I don't see them putting in a good performance on Saturday because of it.
You know what's crazy? They haven't even been on TV, man. They've been off TV for so long to come where you figure you want to establish them as a threat because nobody knows who they fucking are. So shouldn't they have gotten the win? And Shayna was injured off the NXT fucking underground match. They even said on commentary. No. I mean, they said on commentary that she had a knee injury, quote unquote, but she wasn't really, know. So, and they didn't even fucking work it. Like, they just mentioned it for no reason, and then she chokes this girl out like she wasn't hurt at all. There were so many ways that they could have done this for Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, and they failed them horribly here tonight. And that just says that they don't care about them, which to me, it's an objective fact, and it's kind of sad, but that is where they are now. And that's really fucking sad. I like, particularly Alba Fire. I think it's an excellent wrestler. Damn it. But yeah, it's fucking sad. It's a shame, but we will move on as they should. Because if you dwell on that shit tonight, girl, you're gonna be sad as hell. But yeah, man, we'll move on. We had a match, a fucking excellent match. Holy shit, excellent match between Ilja Dragonuv and Bron Breakker. Bros. Okay. I'm gonna drop that. I'll drop that. Oh, match of the night, because one, it was probably the only real wrestling match on the show beyond the main event, and two, they beat the shit out of each other. Oh man, it was rough. It was intense, and Ilja took Bron Breakker to the limit. What a teardrop suplex! Beautiful. Fuck me, I had a stroke there. Ilja takes Bron to he does fucking coast to coast. I was like,
that was so random.
That was cool as fuck though, especially with that camera shot. He killed him with the nastiest senton I've seen in a long time.
I don't think Ilja even hit the thing properly because they cut the camera too quickly.
No, that's his sell. His sell is that he's brutalizing himself. So he goes and does this senton. No, for real, he does this senton and he screams like he popped his own spine. And I was like, God, that's so different. Like, that's so cool. I like it, man. Of course, it's scary as fuck because you only think of like Dynamite Kid and Chris Benoit, and you're like, please,
oh no,
please. But yes, CJ, did you get to see any of this?
I got to see a little bit of it. And what I saw was largely the same thing that I saw when they were down in NXT. And to steal a line from Sheamus, like, they would put on banger after banger. So getting them in the ring together and just letting them tear the fucking house down is exactly what both guys need. It'd been reported that Braun is like too much of a total package to not do something meaningful with. I would put Ilja Dragunov in that same sort of group. Like, this match was a very good indication of what these guys are both capable of. And if they do this right, even if they do another match somewhere down the road, I think there's a way to do it where you set up both guys for massive success. Bron is already headed that way. Are we worried about Ilja? Because he's had a pretty rocky start since he got drafted.
I was until after this match was over, because of the way they've established Bron on this show, and because they allowed Ilja Dragunov to take him to the limit like that. Like, he actually had to hit Ilja. Like, he couldn't beat him until he threw him ribs first through the announce table, ribs first onto the barricade, spear, 3 spears before he could put Ilja Dragunov down. They established Ilja Dragunov as able to stand up to Bron Breakker, so theoretically, by shonen anime law, Ilja Dragunov is strong enough to fight people like Gunther or other large men on the roster. I feel like that says a lot about what they think of him, because nobody else on the main roster has taken Bron to this place so far. And they did have him straight up stare down Gunther at one point on a previous episode of Raw. So I kind of hope, and I feel that's what we're trying to say here. He can do it, even though he didn't do it tonight. What about you, Caesar? What'd you think of this match?
Honestly, like I said before, I'll say it again. I'm a pretty big fan of Bron's spears. They actually look like you'd actually get hit and be on the ground for like a minute or two. And seeing them actually let them go for a little bit, and to kind of quote you, John, is this was actually one of the only actual wrestling matches tonight. Like, it was good, the choice they put. The part that kind of bugged me was, like, it seemed like there were times where Bron was just, like, dare I say, dead? I mean, maybe he was selling. Maybe he was selling really well. That could be that too.
It has been a few weeks since Bron Breakker has had a full-on wrestling match.
The other part I will throw out there for another thing is he leaning too much towards the whole thing about, like, the squash match idea, where, like, he's good at squashes but not longer matches?
No, what the fuck? Did you just watch tonight?
Yeah,
tonight was like 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he's had matches like I've seen where he actually goes. Like tonight, he did go, but there were times where he was just laying there. So I'm hoping.
Selling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As long as it's selling, that's fine. But going forward, I actually want to see him just like put some people through like a table or something like that, or like spear someone through like glass, like King of the Ring from back in the day.
Because you want the job match. I want him to have the longer match, because you gotta. If you don't have him have this kind of match, and then not all the time either, because it can't be all the time. It can only be with special people. It can only be with somebody that you believe is capable of doing things like that. That's why I'm like, I hope that's what it was with Ilja, not that.
I agree with you. That
Bron is just gonna be taking bumps for people now.
Yeah, with him and Ilja, 20, 30 minutes, sure. Some random jobber, 2 minutes.
Just kill them, murder them.
Fold
I'm okay
them.
with that.
Like an accordion.
Bron is actually about to he's about to hit Ilja with a super duper mega fucking murder spear.
Life and
he is about to run all the way around. He started where Ilja is standing now. He's gonna run all the way around the ring and then crush him through the
atmosphere.
Basically through the atmosphere, right? Straight out the stratosphere. Ricochet comes out, boom, takes out Bron, and then he carries Ilja Dragunov to the back. And they faked me out. I was like, oh shit, I thought they were gonna write Ricochet off. He survived. We'll talk about that in a second, because we followed that up with a cool segment, I thought, between Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, where Sheamus came up to Drew and he's like, hey bud, I know we've been beefing, but this is a big ass opportunity for you on Saturday. World Championship in front of your people. You got to focus. Make sure you bring that home, and I'll go get the money in the bank. And Drew's like, so, are you going to let me know when you're going to cash in? And Sheamus is like, it'll be like old times. Banger after banger after banger. And he walks out and is pretty joyful and gleeful, and Drew's smiling. And I was like, oh, that was a nice bit of human emotion there on Monday Night Raw. Enjoyed that a lot. We I don't know, we had final Awesome Truth defending the WWE Tag Team Championships against the Authors of Pain, the Final Testament, Karrion Kross and
He's his favorite.
the Crew. They cut a promo saying that Xavier was abandoned by Kofi last week and they hope he sees it now. But I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are they talking about? They clearly, they didn't even create a situation where Xavier could think Kofi abandoned him. Like, all they did was pull him off the apron. That is a normal ass tag strategy that people do every day, all the time. I think that's like they call it the revival spot. FTR like used to do it all the time. They just run all the way around and pull a person off the thing, and then you can't tag him. What the fuck? Anyway, this is dumb. This whole thing is dumb. The match ends when
exactly what I've been saying for basically since Karrion Kross aligned with AOP. Like, it's just not good. Like, it does nothing for anybody. I would have actually loved to see AOP win the tag titles if they were just on their own. If they had nothing to do with Karrion Kross, then I'd have been fine with them winning. But even this bullshit with the New Day costing AOP the tag titles, this is all Karrion Kross is doing. Like, AOP has had nothing to do with the New Day, which is odd considering that's a prime tag team versus tag team match you've got built in, and yet you're still doing this weird thing with Karrion Kross. Stop it. It's not working. And they should just break off from Final Testament, take Paul Ellering, hell, take Scarlett. Just leave Karrion Kross all on his own and just let him relish in catering.
It's crazy because it's crazy because I was thinking the same thing. Like, as I'm watching this title match, I'm like, I don't even want Awesome Truth to be tag champions right now. Like, normally I'd be okay with AOP just winning the tag titles. I didn't even hate them in NXT. I actually thought they were pretty fucking good. Well, I mean, not good. They were entertaining.
They filled the role they needed to.
They were entertaining. They hurt several people, but that was part of their charm.
Did you just say that?
You know, like you're on a date with someone and it's like, oh, I'm not getting really good vibes, but he did hurt somebody, so I guess I'll give him a second date.
He did protect me. So we had the final segment we're going to talk about tonight, probably the one most people are going to talk about tomorrow. Ricochet's taking Ilja. This is what I'm talking about. There's no heterosexual explanation for this. What was Ricochet doing with Ilja Dragunov? Where was he taking him? To the medical facility? To the hospital? Like, is a WWE fucking program? There should be medical everywhere. Like, Ricochet is not responsible for carrying Ilja Dragunov to where he needs to be. He was taking
stretchers.
There's no explanation for what they were doing together. I refuse to believe anything. And since we'll never get a real explanation, I choose to believe that it was Ricochet trying to be in a relationship with Ilja Dragunov the whole time. But anyway, Bron actually spears Ilja into a fucking hole back there and completely takes him out. And then proceeds to beat the dog shit out of Ricochet. He actually did the Kevin Nash, Rey Mysterio lawn dart into a trailer thing. I was like, that's fucking disrespectful.
Hey, question for you guys actually on this part.
Wait, I gotta finish the recap. 1 second. Braun takes Ricochet up to the top of this platform, and then real glass Crimea River. Wow.
Bam.
Off the platform through the windshield. Great segment there. Ricochet is probably done with the WWE. As has been reported over the weekend, they're killing him off here. Samantha Irving leaves with him. And that made people start wondering, like, What if she doesn't come back? What if she also leaves? Like they both. I'm like, contracts don't work that way, but like I can see why you would think that. But who knows if they were done the favor of having contracts that expire at the same time? I don't fucking know what their situation is.
Or
Fellas.
they might have just released her if she was like,
Oh, yeah.
no, I'm gonna go with him, and I gotta. I don't think they would release her either. I think she's too good at her job for WWE to just let her walk.
100%. I would be like, hell no. As a matter of fact, you got injured or something, you got a splinter, I extended it for 6 months. What the fuck?
I literally went to medical for 5 minutes. Too bad 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. I paperwork.
Look,
I can't help it. I'm sorry. But no. Where do you guys stand on this Ricochet, leaving WWE? We might as well have this conversation. He's presumably done here. He's been killed off. How do you feel about the way he was killed off? His trajectory, CJ, I'll ask you first.
It was a shame, like I had always been a fan of Ricochet in WWE. So for him to go out this way, I'm sad. Like I didn't watch Lucha Underground, but I knew the Prince Puma character, and like he brought a different intensity that we never really saw apparently in WWE. But if that's what he's going back to, wherever he ends up, whether it's AEW, TNA Japan, whatever, I think that wherever he ends up going, if he is able to best utilize himself and just have some quality matches, tell some awesome stories, then all the power to him. But this was kind of a shitty way to go out for sure.
I gotta agree. It's one of those things where I'm like, I expect it. I know that this is how it goes. And I mean, it's a TV show, right? Like if it was a soap opera, they would push him through the elevator shaft, right?
It would have literally just killed him and then reincarnated him again. Not even like
a new person
with a new face.
Like they would actually just kill him and bring him back.
Yeah. Look, we actually murdered him and brought a new soul with his face. He's Ricochet.
It's Ricochet.
Samantha, love him, care for him. No, but yeah, I have to agree with you. I kind of made a post over the weekend about it, or ever since I heard that there was a possibility.
Oh yeah, you just been like posting anything and everything Ricochet out of the company. I dig it. Like I saw people in the comments like spiraling, being like, John, like stop talking about this.
Why aren't you posting about Jack Swagger or JK? What the fuck? Shut up! We posted that he's leaving the company. That's it. What fucking trajectory does Jake Hager have outside of AEW right now? Go back to WWE and do fucking what? Okay.
Be evaluated.
There's so much possibility with Ricochet leaving WWE. Of course. There's so many reactions from industry leaders and people who are on top of the industry and like wrestlers and things like that. Of course, there's so many things to post about. But personally, I've been watching this guy. I've been watching this guy since I felt like I found something special for myself. Like, nobody knows about this. What is this Ricochet? He does 2 fucking rotations on the moonsault. This is insanity. It shouldn't be possible. As it turns out, it isn't possible. He just kept doing it anyway. And then, of course, someone was like, hey, you should probably stop that before you break your fucking neck. So he did stop. But this is like, that's how long I've been watching him. I didn't get to watch him with the long hair. I've been watching him that long. Like, some people have been watching him since he had long hair. But I came right after he cut it off. He was doing Dragon Gate USA stuff, and he was impressing the shit out of me. And then he got signed to NXT. And well, I mean, the Lucha Underground stuff happens, but you talked about that already. And of course, Prince Puma, everybody loved that. And he was pretty much primed to be like the main guy there. But he got called to WWE. And the NXT run kind of gave me the feeling that maybe they knew what they had. He was presented incredibly in NXT. He had fucking lasers. He had like lasers in his entrance. It was cool as hell.
I missed his OG theme.
Right? Oh, fuck. The Velveteen Dream segment, the flip, prove it. Come on, man. That Ricochet would have been on the main roster. we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. But we are.
7-time Intercontinental Champion, and whatever else he had done up to that point. Like, that's the Ricochet that we could have gotten, and I think there was just too much that Vince didn't do with him once he hit the main roster that the bulk of the audience just lost their value in him.
Gosh, they gave him the Ricochet sound. Remember that? Twing!
Mm-hmm.
Ricochet's here. Yeah, but that was a weird era. Braun Strowman had a choo-choo train. It's unfortunate to me that he's been used the way he's been used for the last however many years he's been with the company. What's it, 6 years? Since like 2017 or something like that, 2018.
Yeah, it had to have been somewhere around there because he was in that 6-man North American title ladder match.
Yep.
Back in the day.
Wasn't that the first ever?
It was, in fact, the first ever match for the North American Championship. Adam Cole wins. Everybody is out of the company now. That's the meme. But fucking
what?
So
yeah, it's the meme. It's like a slow countdown. Like every time somebody gets released, it's like only 2 people are left from the ladder match. Only 1 person remains from the ladder match. Now nobody remains from the ladder match.
They're gonna do the exact same thing for the women's match. Like the first time someone from that match goes, there's gonna be like there's gonna be a wave of people being like, the countdown's on.
I'm posting the shit out of that. If 1 person gets fired, I'm just gonna be like, only 5 women remain from the 6 women ladder match. But yeah, no, he fucking. I wanted to say it's a shame that he spent 6 years being exposed to the casual audience without an opportunity to be who we think he is. Because now the first thing people are saying is like, oh well, he wasn't that good anyway, or he can't cut a promo. I'm like, what the fuck?
Are you high?
Could you please point me to the promo that Ricochet had? Like one of them, a single one where it wasn't like a backstage segment where they go, "Hey, Ilja, I was checking you on the shower the other day, and I thought we would be great rivals." Like, no, I'm talking about going to the ring and being like, "You stupid son of a bitch! Like, you owe me whatever the fuck you owe me, and I want to kill you. I want to break your neck. I'll meet you on Sunday." A promo. Like, I've never seen a WWE Ricochet promo, at least not like in recent memory. I also smoke a lot of weed. Maybe I forgot one. Maybe he did one with Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
Yeah, that was entirely forgettable. And it's like, that's the one we're gonna go off of. Then fuck it. He stinks. I actually don't remember it at all.
Can I chime in for a second on the whole segment?
Yeah.
So I was gonna say this earlier, but you went off, and I didn't want to step in and kill it. There's actually a video floating around right now of Samantha Irvin sprinting to the back in heels.
Oh, gotta send me that link. That's great. I would have loved to post that up here.
Two,
I have actually.
When Braun threw him at the trailer, did Ricochet's head hit the concrete?
It was a little. It was a little rough. He hit the floor really hard. His foot actually. When he got thrown at the truck, his foot kind of tripped. Like, he kind of tripped over Braun's shoulder, like a little bit, and then he falls and kind of splats on the concrete.
The third thing I want to bring up, and yes, this needs to be said, I saw a post on the Dirt Sheet Radio page of a match that intrigued the shit out of me because I didn't watch much indie stuff, but from how the post was mentioning it, is for her opponent would be Will Ospreay on the outside for Ricochet. That would be something to see for his first one.
That's the big one, and I don't think that should be the first one at all. That's like,
be definitely one of them for sure.
That's like the big one.
Build up to that match.
Yeah. Because they like you mentioned, they have had a match in the past, multiple, I think 2 or 3. But in particular, one of them in New Japan is constantly going viral. Always. Somebody always posts it. Somebody always discovers it. You always see the caption. What is this? Anime in real life? What is this? A cartoon in real life? That was Ricochet and Will Ospreay fucking 8 years ago, and it's just been going viral over and over and over and over again for 8 years. They've developed
an idea for a match.
Well, I was gonna say they've developed so far, particularly Ospreay, and partly that's partly why I'm so fucking glad that Ricochet's leaving. Like I said, when he had that match with Will Ospreay, I thought of Ricochet as the superior wrestler. And I think most of the world thought Ricochet was superior to Will Ospreay at the time, or at least a little more complete. And to see the way they're fucking shifted is crazy. Will Ospreay is legitimately one of the greatest wrestlers on the planet today. And people over here talking about Ricochet can't go to promo. But get the fuck out of my face, man. I cannot wait for him to get out of this company, to get the fuck away from fans like you. This shit is disgusting.
Someone just shared an idea for a match for Ricochet on the outside. Him and Dante Martin.
Oh fuck yeah! That's the first. Now that's a great Dynamite. Yeah. Get that shit on that first Dynamite that Ricochet's on. Ricochet versus his younger self from 15 years ago.
Look at Tony.
Hey, if you even want to circle this back to what we were talking at the top of the show, Ricochet versus Penta.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, please.
I could sit here and there are so many opportunities. There's so many matches. I can't wait to see him. And I do, but another thing is I want to see him develop. I want to see him get all the fucking development he got robbed of. Like, he just watching Will Ospreay become who he became while fucking Ricochet stagnated has broken my heart more than a lot of things in wrestling. I know he's a little older, and I know it's not going to catch the same, and he doesn't have the same amount of time that Ospreay had because he used a lot of it already. But fuck me if we can't do something. There's no way Ricochet is going to rot. I'm excited, very excited. But yeah, that's pretty much what we had today for Raw. And we're going to get into what we like to call our Jobber of the Night segment. Yeah, we need like air horns or something. Jobber of a fucking night.
Yeah.
You think we can train the AI to put in air horns during the stream?
I think we can, but Restream
pay for subscription
won't give us access to that code.
Oh, gotcha.
Jobber of the Night, powered by Monk.com. You use promo code DSR10, and you get yourself 10% off of some aromatherapy stuff. CJ, who's your Jobber of the Night tonight?
I mean, you took the words right out of my mouth, basically, when we were talking earlier. Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, they need to figure out what they're doing with this team. Like, they had the supernatural gimmick, and then they kind of turned down that aspect in their non-ring characters. Yeah, they would still want to be the dark and spooky team, but them walking around in normal, everyday attire almost feels like a downgrade from where they were coming from. Like, it took away a bit of their character, and then this absolute squash match 5 days before a title match is not the momentum.
Crazy. I will never get over that. Like, whose fucking shoes did she step on? Like, what happened? She must have got in trouble or something. I legit can't even imagine. Like, how the fuck did this happen to you before the pay-per-view in your hometown?
Country is gonna be mad.
You said it. I mean, I won't have to waste any time. I'm 100% with CJ. I already said it earlier tonight. It's just bullshit. It's total bullshit. Caesar?
So, I was gonna say it if I did get to go first, but CJ, of course, took the answer. So I'm not gonna be the trio of the bunch. I'm gonna be the odd one out.
Black sheep.
Yeah, I know, right? Did you guys pay attention closely to what happened in we'll call it the LWO match versus Judgment Day to a certain Lord Farquaad? Did you guys see what happened?
I was watching him try to avoid any of the sensitive areas on Liv Morgan's body as he broke up the fight.
He got dropped on his head in the ring, like flat, like top of his dome.
No, he fucking didn't. I missed that entirely. Holy shit!
I got lucky and saw for a split second. I came back.
Oh, that wasn't lucky, dude. That's horrible.
I was like, normally I rip on him and say he's Farquaad, blah blah blah. And if you guys understand, it's Jeannie McDonough. Yeah, he got dropped on the top of his dome, and I was sitting there like, oh god, that looked brutal. So sorry, JD, for your brain getting destroyed for Scotland. But holy, like that.
So who dropped him? 'Cause I missed it. I didn't see
Might have
it.
been Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee.
Might have been. It was one of the
no. Dragon Lee's got one really bad injury on his card, and I would hate to see him have another one.
He's read that flight from the U.S. to Scotland and have a sore head. Like, ugh.
That's rough.
I gotta go back. The Tylenol for sure.
I gotta find that. I gotta find that because that's rough. And he's got a pretty square head though. It's pretty flat up top. So
maybe
he might be okay.
Yeah,
he should be fine.
He walks it up.
Yeah. So we usually follow that up with our final segment of the night. But our megastar, what is that damn graphic? Get over here, John Cena. Megastar of the night, baby.
Megastar.
That's right. We obviously like to. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. He's the best motherfucker on this show. I guess CJ, I'll ask you first again because I wanted to take it from Caesar.
Honorary megastar of the night, comic historian. If you weren't aware, passed away today or a couple days ago. Rest in peace, Ben Potter. But as far as the actual megastar goes, I think I gotta give it to Otis. Like as much as I shit on just the back and forth between apologizing for attacking Sami Zayn and then attacking Sami Zayn again, they are telling a hell of a story with this, and I cannot wait to see Chad Gable get his comeuppance. Otis is giving it his all in this story, and he is definitely going to be walking away from this higher up on the card than where he started. So definitely megastar of the night for sure.
I'm seeing that Clash. I'm seeing that now.
It has to, right? I mean, how long could it,
It'd be stupid if they did it on a Raw. Like, it just seems like it would be a terrible spot to do it on. Like, halfway through, like, the Clash PLE. Sorry? PLE, not pay-per-view.
Play. So it's so awkward for the tongue. I don't know. It is what it is. It is what.
Welcome to the WWE play.
It is what it is. So, megastar of the night, my friend.
For me,
yeah.
Since he decided to step up and help out Samantha, Pat McAfee, because that was the stupidest thing ever. But it was so good though.
That was great.
Like I was on my couch.
Tyler rags on him all the time, so I'm bummed that he wasn't on the show tonight. I want to know what Tyler thought of Pat McAfee's ring announcing.
I hope they just said, "Listen, Pat, Samantha had to leave. We know you like to talk. Just say something for the ring announcements." And I hope Drew and Finn were like, "This idiots."
That's great. No, they were laughing. I know they were laughing.
Camera
cut. At least Finn for sure. Because like, where do you come? All that non-batty fat shit. That's just flattering. All right, so my megastar of the night is going to be good old Ilja Dragunov. Man, this guy comes out here and he's fucking excellent. He's got all the intensity of the actual Tasmanian devil owned by Warner Brothers. He's fucking he's all the things that you've always said about Ilja Dragunov, they're allowing him to show it on the main roster, and I can't be just more appreciative of that. I'm so glad Triple H and his company of cronies seem to understand what they have in Ilja Dragunov, because he's kind of short, man, and I get kind of scared when it comes to height because that company is really fucking shallow.
Jack is bigger than him.
They seem to know what they have in him, and I'm not saying they think he can be world champion, but they know that they can send him out there for 15 minutes and they're gonna do something entertaining, and he just got there. That's a great trust to see the company have in him. So fuck yeah, Ilja Dragunov, superstar, megastar of the night,
permanent star.
That damn teardrop suplex. I know you gotta, it's got the awkward setup where you gotta grab him by the dick, but it's a very hard move to do, and then he deadlifted Bron from the air by his nutsack, dude, like insane. Fucking insane, bro.
Come here, buddy. Go do this
But,
live.
yeah, shit. It's Megastar of the Night. And I mean, that's Dirt Sheet Radio. I mean, we got a couple of places you can find us because that's not it, man. This is not it. Dirt Sheet Radio is actually on 5 days a week, usually 6 days a week, actually. Sunday through Friday. And then Saturdays, we try to get a break in, but WWE's like, hell, fuck you. So pay-per-views will always be available, but you can catch us Monday like you did tonight, recapping, rewinding WWE Raw. Tuesday, doing the same to WWE NXT. Wednesday to AEW Dynamite Post Show is here to hold your hand. Immediately, and a few hours after the Dynamite Post Show, the DSR crew goes live for a little late night news talk that people usually watch on the car in the morning on their way to work, but we like to have fun in the middle of the night with our live viewers. So join us. Following that, on Thursdays, we have TNA Impact. On Fridays, WWE SmackDown post-show rewind. That's right. We're fucking here every day for you.
You didn't even leave the house.
Crazy. At least said Dirt Sheet Radio. When we said Dirt Sheet Radio, we actually meant it. This is just constant broadcasting. Always.
Yeah. And never mind Clash at the Castle this coming Saturday as well. So we're going to be doing the rewind for that as well.
It never ends. I didn't get a graphic made for it, but WWE did put up a bunch of of times and things. Clash of the Castle this Saturday. You're going to catch a post-show rewind from us immediately after the pay-per-view because it's not at so crazy of a time that we have to do a watch-along. 11 p.m. my time, 11 a.m. my time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. This is going to be fine. I imagine that means a post show around, I don't know, 2 o'clock, something like that. Regardless, we will be here after WWE Clash at the Castle to talk about the Scotland pay-per-view. It should be awesome. I'm so excited for these international pay-per-views. I hope all the Scots bring the same energy that Puerto Rico or France did. We are waiting. We're sick of the what chance and trying to see a new country have some fun. CJ, where can they find you here on Dirt Sheet Radio?
Well, Monday nights on Raw, Tuesday nights for NXT, Friday nights on SmackDown rewinds. Coming up, not this coming Sunday, but the Sunday afterwards, CJ and Tyler's Level Up Adventure kicks off. Excited for that. Otherwise, I'm on Twitter at CJCarter22.
Beautiful. Caesar, where can people find you?
And as always, joining these two and our other brethren, Tyler, but he wasn't here tonight because work. I'm here with these two, these three. And then, as always, I'm on the AEW Wednesday night crew, hanging out with those guys. And on social media, as you can see, I'm at NoobTube. So I will see you guys on the Wednesday.
And we can catch an assortment of hosts on the pay-per-view shows. Anybody who can make it is on, but you will almost always catch me there unless I'm dead. So or in Japan. I'll be in Japan like next year. So that'll be a weird WrestleMania weekend. But yeah, man, that's us. We're a beautiful crew, and we love to bring this content to you. Thank you very much for joining us. We normally have a thank you graphic, but I left it home. So I'll send you home with footage of Ricochet's death, or a picture at least. Thank you. No, as a matter of fact, bullshit. I'll send us all home on a good note with Dominic's boner. We'll have
like hook,
everyone.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Have a good night. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
His dick yeeted itself right there.
Oh.
Right in this moment.
Probably